What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Digibyte to BTC as upon further request by you guys. We'll also be looking at the current coin market cap as well as going into specifics as towards yesterday's video, which involves potentially seeing cryptocurrency, Litecoin and Bitcoin seeing a rise in the short term of things in their price. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, turning on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So before we begin today's episode, I want to start off with the current coin market cap. As you guys can see, the current coin market cap is showing some very interesting things, and I think this is of some concern that I should voice to you guys. Now, not necessarily a negative, but it definitely does have some meaning behind it. So when you look at the current coin market cap, scratch the market cap, the 24-hour volume, and the Bitcoin dominance. Even though 24-hour volume is dying off, I want to show you guys to pay attention to the top 10 cryptocurrencies. So you can see the top 10 cryptocurrencies basically hold majority of the current coin market cap in its value. So out of these top 10, you'll notice everything is acting in a very interesting way except for Tether. Scratch Tether, ignore Tether. The top 10 cryptocurrencies, we did see a dip in price a couple of days ago, which we all know very well. Now, if we continue off on that basis, you'll notice that Bitcoin has been trading off flatlined with zero volume in it the past couple of days. Not only that, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS, Binance Coin, and Bitcoin SV have literally been trading sideways beyond flat. I have not actually seen the top 10 cryptocurrencies trade flat in quite some time now. So this is why it raises some concern, because when we see markets and coins trade sideways, this does ultimately lead to the idea of a potential breakout with major volume coming. And I want to go into specifics in that in a second in regards to Litecoin and Bitcoin and where we could potentially see these coins running to. But I want to show you guys that there is another move coming. Now, sometimes we can see coins fluctuate. Bitcoin can go to 8,200, down to 78, back up, and there is volume within that. A little bit, but not like this. Here we are seeing zero volume, practically none being traded, with coins pretty much flatlined out across the market. So that's what I wanted to dive into today and show you guys where we could potentially see these coins make a move to. Otherwise, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, B2Business. B2Business is a very interesting company that offers investment strategies for new or upcoming business partners or businesses that need some investment funding. And I wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that I noticed off their website, as well as an article here, basically to describe briefly what exactly it is that they do. So this is basically talking about how to get passive income from crypto, disappointed in mining or not ready to waste money on expensive equipment, things like that. Basically, B2Business or business to business is a forward investment fund that suggests passive income with the help of crypto. So they're using cryptocurrency to help fund people who are looking for investments into their business. Now, instead of getting a huge loan from a bank or a leading investor, they're basically offering this in a way of passive income, which will be divvied out over a period of time. The funds have been chosen, or they choose investment funds from prospective branches of the economy, consumer transactions, financial sectors, natural resources, media startups, ICOs, and cryptocurrencies. These are who they fund, and the company has the ability to choose successful companies at the preparation stage so that later they are guaranteed to make a profit. So basically, they're choosing companies they want to invest in, and they will help them start up and get into bigger places. So I wanted to share that with you guys. If any of you had an interest in getting some sort of funding from the company, to check it out. The link is in the description. It's the first link, and you can see that the basis of the online business, it basically talks about ways to get stable income for online investments. And if you're interested in funding, or need funding for those investments that you plan on taking or businesses that you plan on growing, this is a place that kind of offers that strategy for you. So you can see 3 reasons to work with them. They offer guaranteed safe investment because they're implemented in already proven and well-established business companies. If the trend is a fantasy, then the investment is in this direction, getting in your disposal reliable earning tools for both companies and investors. And you can see on the homepage, because I did make an account, they do show you what exactly is the back end of their company. So you can see this is the loading screen right here, which tells you your deposits, your total paid, total invested, earned, and then earned from referrals. So obviously all these companies offer some sort of affiliate program. That is what's offered on this. And then they basically pay you out in regards to what you invest in there if you're looking for some sort of backing. Now, like I said, again, this is a sponsored video, so take this what you will, but it is definitely worth some research and checking it out. Make your own research, make your own, strategies, and do your own, research. That's what I'm strongly pressing into this company, and learn a little bit more about this than just what I'm saying. I'm just here to bring this to your guys' attention, and I think it's a very interesting company, so I highly recommend you check that out. If you did want to register, though, the link in the description, it's the first one, will bring you to this homepage, so I highly recommend you check that out. It does help support the channel. Otherwise, I do want to jump into the current technical analysis that we do have to discuss in today's video. Now, I want to start off with Bitcoin and then discuss Litecoin, Ethereum, and Digibyte, and why I'm referring to the fact that we could be potentially seeing a major break, or I don't want to say that, that's way too FOMO. We could see a retracement or retraction back up to the upside in the near short term. So there's a couple of things I want you guys to pay attention to. Not only do we have Fibonacci that I added onto here because I feel like you guys should be introduced to some different technical analysis indicators that could potentially help your investments. Obviously, the more you have, the better. So right now we have volume on here, we have the Fibonacci, and we have the high-low middle moving averages. So you'll notice with Bitcoin on its weekly, we are at a low. So something to take important notice to is the high-low MMA and the Fibonacci levels. We were trading above them for quite some time now. So we did manage to retrace back down to here, which, if we had these up at the time, would have been a better call that we could pretty much be retracing to the downside. But with that comes the fact that we are now trading at around 48 on the RSI, if not lower, 45 on the RSI. And we also have to take into consideration that we have now got into contact with our our high-low MMA and our Fibonacci levels. So we are getting lowered back down into more stable, neutral playing fields. So that's what I want to push right now. So when we jump to the daily, you'll notice what's happening on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pretty much broke below its Fibonacci levels on the daily. So weekly, we finally retested them, and on the daily, we broke below them, which are usually signs of an upswing or retracement back up to those short-term daily goals. So if we pay closer attention here and I zoom in, you'll notice a couple of things are happening right now. Pretty much, it looks like we found a support. One thing to take into attention to is the fact that we are oversold right now on the short term. Short-term oversold does mean that we should, in the next week or two, see some sort of retracement back up to help stabilize the price, and we could shoot to levels as high as our Fibonacci, which could bring us back up to pretty much where we broke down from. So there is that potential for an upswing. This could be a pump fake in the coins, and we could start to see a swing to the upside. But one thing I want to pay attention to is this sideways trading. With little volume and little movement does indicate that, a move is coming to these cryptocurrencies. So it is something of interest, and I may actually decide to purchase some cryptocurrency at these levels. Now, I am no financial advisor, so do with this as you will. Get your information from a ton of YouTubers and then make your educated decision. I don't want you guys to go full throttle in just off my words alone. That's why I say do your own research, but I'm here to help and, show things that maybe you didn't see or other YouTubers aren't talking about. So with us trading out sideways, we could be ready to see that reversal in the price short term up to here. So we may in the long term head down lower once we retest the Fibonacci, and we could then fall back down to where we are, but there is profit to be made on the swing back to the upside. So that's what I'm referring to when I talk about Bitcoin's potential retracement, and more so within Litecoin. Litecoin showing this a lot stronger than the other cryptos, with now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost a week now of sideways trading, practically no volume. You can see the volume is dying off, and trading right below the oversold level does give us some reason, or me some reason, to believe that a small consolidation or retracement back up to the Fibonacci levels may happen, more so even though we did just hit a major pullback. That is another reason why we could see a swing, because we just got hit with major bearish news, and now we may see that short-term retracing back up to the upside, even if we're still in a bear market. So there's still profit to be made in a bear market. I'm just saying this is something to be paying quite close attention to, that in the next couple of days we could see this price swing back up. Usually sideways, trading like this does indicate movements of some pretty great value. It could either be to the upside or the downside, but due to the fact that we just got hit pretty hard, and due to the fact that on the daily short term we don't really have much more room to head lower, may be a deciding factor that Litecoin could and Bitcoin could swing back up to its Fibonacci levels to a more neutral market. So honestly, we could see Bitcoin swing from its $53 price level to as high as 75 in a mere couple of days. So I wanted to bring that to your guys' alert. Same thing with Ethereum. Doesn't look as bad. I think Litecoin and Bitcoin will get hit harder than Ethereum. Ethereum didn't get hit as hard. It was up much higher than the other cryptocurrencies and fell pretty low, but for the most part it is not as low as the other coins. It is nowhere near oversold right now. That's why my focus is merely on Litecoin and Bitcoin. As for Digibyte, I did notice that there was an extremely massive downtrend on this coin, and it seems like we've pretty much been just trading outside of here, and it shows some pretty strong potential that we could see a swing all the way up somewhere in between these levels right here, mainly because we are so undervalued. And I do want to pull up the Fibonacci on here too, and maybe that will help us see what exactly is going on. Fibonacci, where is it? Here it is. Okay, so with this on here now, you can also see a couple of things. So when I did mention just a second ago that this is the price level, I'm now going to reinstate that and say this is the price level that we could be seeing. So there is definitely some swing in the price that we could be saying because we're so undervalued, more so because we're on the weekly being undervalued. We just broke out of underbought or undersold or oversold, so we could see that potential reclimb into here. You can see how that's just starting to do what we wanted to see, and that's having a positive effect on the price. That's what we want to see in Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin being oversold on the daily, we're looking for a small movement up to here like that, which could see the price move up as well. Otherwise, guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.